Welcome back to Project 613. We have been learning about the mitzvah of the para aduma, the red heifer. This is the one mitzvah that even King Solomon, the wisest man on earth, couldn't figure out the reason for it. There are so many contradictions, there are so many things that don't seem to make sense about this mitzvah that even King Solomon found it disturbing. But there is a reason why God chose to withhold the reason for this mitzvah from us. And one of the explanations to this is that this actually provides the Jewish people with the ability to serve Hashem with unconditional commitment. You see, if we had reasons for all the mitzvahs, ultimately we would never really be able to serve Hashem unconditionally. Because somewhere at the back of our mind, we would always say to ourselves that there is a limit, there is an extent of how much we serve. It's all based on reason, and if the reason doesn't make sense, then there goes the mitzvah. But by giving us this one mitzvah, which is so above logic that even the wisest man on earth couldn't figure it out, this actually gives us the ability to realize that in truth, all the mitzvahs of the Torah come from Hashem, who is above and beyond logic. And really, it gives us the ability to be totally committed and totally devoted, much more than logic would call for, or much more than logic would even allow for. This actually gives the Jewish people the ability to serve Hashem with self-sacrifice, the ability to give our life for the sake of our beliefs. It all boils down to this one mitzvah, the mitzvah of para aduma, which the Torah refers to as Zot Chukat HaTorah. This is the decree, the chok, the most super-rational mitzvah of the entire Torah. Now, as for some of the details of how this mitzvah was prepared, so we mentioned yesterday that this para aduma was slaughtered and burnt outside of the temple on a mountain opposite of Temple Mount. And then its ashes, and while it was burnt, there was also some cedar wood and some hyssop and some red wool that was thrown into it as well. And then it was burnt all the way down to ash, unlike any other sacrifice. There was nothing left of the para aduma besides for ashes, and it was the ashes themselves that were then divided into three. One portion of them was given to the Kohanim, another portion was left there on the mountain, on Har HaMishcha, the mountain where the sacrifice was brought, and another portion was stored in the Holy Temple for generations. The part that was stored in the Holy Temple, this actually is in fulfillment of the verse that says that it should be kept for generations to come. The part that was given to the Kohanim was used for the Kohanim to purify themselves, and the part that was left on the mountain was for any Israelite who needed it to purify himself. But this is only the beginning of what would happen after the red heifer was burnt. Tomorrow we will learn about what happened next, about how these ashes were then mixed with water and what was done then. So more about this tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.